I want to thank my colleague, Senator Daines, from Montana, and all of my colleagues, Democrats and Republicans. Everyone's been so excited about getting up and showing pictures of their beautiful state. And all of us, this is the United States of America. Every one of us have something to be proud of and show off. And LWCF and Restore Our Parks is going to protect each and every one of them. I've been in the Senate for almost 10 years. I've not seen any piece of legislation that brought us together with more enthusiasm than this piece of legislation, the Great American Outdoors Act, because we all benefit from it. Whether it be in West Virginia, Colorado, Montana, wherever it be, it's something that I can enjoy. It's something that all my colleagues can enjoy because we all can visit and enjoy the great American outdoors, if you will. The strong support for the Outdoors Act is a testament of importance to this legislation and what it does. We've never had a recovery, a financial recovery, economic recovery without infrastructure investments and spending. And we don't have a better piece of legislation that does this, and it's a win-win all the way around. Close to 140, 150,000 jobs will be created through the parks and through the LWCF. There's, I think, every county in America, I've got 55 counties in West Virginia. Every county in West Virginia basically is in receiving some sort of help from the LWCF. We've all been greatly impacted by this. Today I want to talk about the impact that the Land Water Conservation Funds had on my home state of West Virginia. To date, 54 of the 55 counties that have benefited, I've said, from the Land Water Conservation Fund. It's responsible for some of our most cherished outdoor spaces in West Virginia. In fact, since 1965, $243 million has been spent to enhance recreation conservation in the mountain state alone. The LWCF has supported projects at Canaan Valley National Wildlife Refuge, the Gauley River National Recreation Area, the new River Gorge, and this is the new River Gorge, this is the new river. If you are in the eastern part of the United States and you haven't floated on the new river or the Gauley, you're missing a great opportunity. The scenery is unbelievable, the historical values, but the rapids are really something special, and to float through there is an experience. I welcome and recommend everyone to come visit at least once in your life wild and wonderful West Virginia on the New River and the Gauley River. It's also helped towns like Marlinton, West Virginia. Mayor Sam Felton was able to turn a vacant lot into the Discovery Junction, a multi-purpose community gathering space, with the help of $86,000 from the LWCF. The fund is also important for our hunting community. Hunting is a way of life. It's part of our culture. It's a tradition that we all cherish and value. The Great American Outdoors Act will increase access to all federal lands for hunting and fishing all across the country. A lack of access to federal holdings is a problem, and I know it's frustrated sportsmen for years. As the congressman from Montana has said, over 1.5 million acres is owned in his by the federal government, by all of us, but doesn't have access. We're able to provide access now with the funding that it'll take from this piece of legislation. Another thing very important that's been mentioned, there's not one iota of taxpayer dollars. This is all user. This is basically coming off of the royalties of our offshore oil. I want to mention also we have some of our senators that we've tried to accommodate everybody in this piece of legislation. There's a few of the senators that I want to make a public commitment to, that I will work as ranking member on energy and natural resources, do everything I can to make sure that we understand the need of the coastal states. The restoration, the protection of our coastal states has been impacted by the changing environment. And my commitment to them is I will work diligently with my southern states and also my northern states, but all of my coastal states. And the senator from Rhode Island has my commitment. The senators from Louisiana has my commitment that we will work to make sure they have the needed funds that it takes to protect their coastline and all the work that they have done and all the assets that they have contributed to our great country and the values as far as in their coastal states. And we're going to make sure that during the committee, I will do everything I can to make sure that we have the proper hearings and proper attention for the changes that need to be made. We were unable to put that in this piece of legislation, but I am committed to help working through that, and I will do that. The federal lands are surrounded by private lands. They can be essential and accessible, and we have to make sure we have access. Hunting in West Virginia is a time-honored tradition. As I have said, I've been a hunter my entire life and look forward to opening day of hunting season each year for all different types of game. I also enjoy fishing immensely. I don't think I have a better day than when I'm on the river or I'm in the river walking in the streams for the trout that we have plentiful of. Something I've handed down to my children, my son and my grandson. They all enjoy it. With this bill, we're going to be able to pass down this legacy. When you think about spending times in the United States Senate, most of us have been in public life for quite some time in other aspects. I have been honored to be able to serve in the state legislature as a member of the House and a member of the state Senate, then Secretary of State, then governor of my great state, and now representing them in the United States Senate. And you want to leave a legacy, and you keep thinking, what can I do that really will make an impact on future generations? I don't think there's anything that we can do that's going to be more impactful than what we're doing today, working this piece of legislation, the Great American Outdoors Act, to be able to enjoy the great national parks that we have throughout this country, to be able to take your family and have a family outing, and also the history that goes with it and who we are. If we don't know where we've come from, you don't know where you're going. And the history we have in America is pretty special. Our national parks represent that. And also to have the access to the beautiful outdoors and the wonderful nature that we have with the LWCF funding of $900 million a year. That's a legacy I'm proud of. I am proud that my children and my grandchildren and future generations would say that, hey, part of my family was involved in this. We worked this hard, we worked together. And to see Democrats and Republicans in the most troubling time our country has faced in many decades come together enthusiastically, be able to speak and enjoy being with each other and talking how we can get more of our colleagues involved. And having a vote that we had last night of over 80 votes, I see the senator from Tennessee who has worked so hard on our national parks and has one of the most beautiful national parks in his state, and I'm proud of. So I just can't tell you how much I think this piece of legislation means to all of us, 100 senators, in this most challenging times that we're having in our country right now. West Virginia has approximately $62 million in deferred maintenance just for our little national park areas alone. This includes crumbling roads, bridges, outdated wastewater, electrical systems, and deteriorating monuments, which I know we're going to be able to start repairing. On average, 1.6 million visitors enjoy our beautiful national parks in West Virginia every year, from the new River Gorge National River to Harpers Ferry National Historical Park. Visitors to our national parks generated $73 million for the surrounding communities. This act, the Great American Outdoors Act, will ensure our national parks, forests, and other federal lands are well taken care of and remain accessible for everyone to enjoy. West Virginians take great pride in our great outdoor playgrounds. We invite all of you to come to wild and wonderful West Virginia and enjoy everything that we have to offer. So we thank you so much. I want to thank my staff and the staff of our Energy and Natural Resources Committee on the ranking member for working tirelessly through the pandemic, through the virus, to make sure that we're able to have a piece of legislation that generations of Americans will be able to enjoy. Thank you, Madam President, and I yield the floor.